Welcome to the ultimate hard mode forestry challenge. We're starting with nothing. No money, no equipment, just a chainsaw and a whole lot of trees. The economy is set to the hardest level and every dollar counts. Can we survive long enough to build a thriving operation, or will this challenge break us? Let's find out. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Hardwood challenge. You can see we're starting to make the path we talked about that's gonna lead us to the store, to the dealership, and we got a ways to go. I did map it all the way out, or draw it all the way out. Used, free paint and terraform, but we got a ways to go. A lot there. Full trailer. We got a little bit of scraps on the ground still. We're gonna go fill up the sawmill and put the remainder in the firewood production. But now that we're kind of getting farther away from home, the trailer is absolutely becoming more useful. I was worried about this being somewhat of a waste of money, but I think it's working out good. Not a lot of this is gonna get dropped off over here. This was pretty close to being full already. And I think I do want to focus on creating that path moving forward. I don't think any of that got taken. So all of this will go over to the firewood production. But yeah, I wanted to focus on the path, and I think that's a good approach for us. I think all of this will probably get taken to have an area to focus on, and it really will have, get us to have part of our tasks complete. Ooh, not all of it. Okay. Oh, there's the rest of it. It didn't like some of that. But as I was saying, yeah, that'll be a nice way to focus on one thing at a time and get us tracking in the right direction. Let's go ahead and get these little pieces added over here that just didn't like being on the trailer. But we're gonna make it March here, and I believe that's when we can plant our poplar. So let's get out of the field. Was kind of hoping to get enough cash to pay for the tree planter, the poplar planter, but I don't think that's gonna be in the cards for us. All right, overnight we made, we have 23,000. Our payments did come out. Let's see if there's anything close to being able to pay off. We're not that far off on these. We have 114 payments left, but the dollar amounts are getting a little bit lower. So hopefully around the time when we finish the poplar, we'll be able to do that. And 13,000 still in here. So that doesn't have that much maintenance, so we don't have to babysit that too much. And then over here, we have 23,000, so we're good. So what we're gonna do, we didn't get enough cash. Let's look at how much it's gonna cost to get this. Well, let's double check March on the calendar first. Let's get first thing first here. Poplar, millet, look at all this stuff on here. Poplar does show up. So let's now go into the store. And tree planter, 27,000, okay. I think it's gonna be worth doing an entire load of wood between here and the dealership, working on our path there, and try to pay for this with cash. So I'm gonna get busy. We're gonna knock down a bunch of trees. Everything that is on this path is what we're gonna do. Later on, we can work on, I don't know if I'm worried about that one, but later on we can work on the stumps. But once we get this, it'll be so much nicer just to go directly to the store. So I'll see you momentarily. So I think that's all we're gonna be able to fit. We're heading to, well, the main road through the path that we haven't finished. And I kind of wanted to get a good idea of what I have left here. Was really focused on the middle so we can drive. So we might spend a little bit more time finishing at least the middle of the path so we can drive back and forth, and then we'll clear out the sides just to make it a little bit more easy to deal with. So let's remember where we're selling this now that we're at the main road. Oh, we got some options. We're gonna tag this place the sell all place, which apparently, ooh, where is that at? That is quite the hike. So we want to turn around, but we want to go to the place that's gonna give us the most money. And then we'll make our way back to the store if we have enough cash. If not, we could do another load, but I'm hoping this brings in about 10 grand. I know last time we brought in 5, and I feel like this is a lot more, but maybe it'll be about 7. I mean, the visuals on this map are pretty good. I'm enjoying the pre-spring grass here. Be interesting to see how it changes and how it looks in April. Nice weaving a little road here, but we're almost there. Looks like the number hasn't changed much, but we are on the right road at this point. That's right, this place is pretty neat. The Lizard Incorporated? Lizard Incorporated? All right, I believe we just unstrap it. And sell wood. 20? Whoa. Let's make sure the economy's right. Hard, yeah. That's way better. Way better. Okay. Full loads are helpful. We just didn't get enough last episode. All right, let's head back to the store. We are going to get our poplar planted. And then after that, we might start working on clearing that path a little bit more. Funding something for fertilizer and lime, though, might be a good idea. All right, we are here, and we're gonna have to leave the trailer, I believe. So let's go ahead and we're gonna purchase this outright so we don't have to finance it, which feels great. But then combinations will go into poplar. I don't know. I've never planted it with this planter. I've only used the other mod, which lets you use an actual planter and not the tree planter to plant poplar. So doing it the legit way here, that looks like that's all it can carry, right? So I guess we'll come back multiple times. But this is exciting. $17,000. Let's take a look at something here. Don't have a ton of mods that are not forestry. So for spreaders, if we went in here, this just does lime. Like, this is the cheapest thing that does both in the game. So we could lease that today. I believe leasing was allowed in this, so combinations does not work that way, but we'll go here. And we did the smaller one. I have a feeling this will be plenty of lime. So let's go ahead and do that first. Oh, if we're gonna do this, we want to get the best yield, so it makes sense, and that should be enough lime. I did extend the field a little bit before the episode, so we'll show you that here in a second. But let's get this lime filled up, and I'm with the smallest way to lease this. Forgive me if I said no leasing. It doesn't make sense to be able to finance things but not lease things. To me, that just doesn't make any sense at all. So we're gonna do this. We'll be able to use it for fertilizer, and weeds we might just ignore this time around. We'll see how cheap a weeder is, and maybe we'll just run that through after planting it. I don't know if weeds grow in poplar. Haven't done it enough to be the expert, but we can learn. So that's gonna be close to filling it up. Okay, and hopefully this is enough. But we should be able to weave through our little path that we made and get there real quick now. And I guess we could have dragged that along with us, so we accidentally ran into it, but I'm gonna go into cab view to allow me to weave through these trees a little easier. And just keep it straight, go kind of slow. Yeah, not too many more to really remove until that path is clear enough for us. We're almost through it already. We can see in the distance there's some more that we chopped down that we haven't picked up yet, but that right there, not bad. So we should be able to get that done in today's episode and at least have a clear path. Just got to get rid of these stumps. And yeah, by the end of today's episode, we'll have that cleared and we'll be ready to get to the poplar harvest is the plan. All right, I don't even think we're gonna need any override or guided steering here. Let's get far enough over though and back up so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, and you can see we did extend it just a little bit if you remember from last episode. All right, that should be good enough. Plenty we overbought, which is no surprise to anyone that's followed the channel for a while. Let's see, that should be a good place for it. We'll go ahead and leave that there. We'll do the fertilizer later. Yeah, we'll do the fertilizer later. Let's go get the planter. We're gonna have to do 2 months because we're not using precision farming, but this will be a better test here. We're getting some good speed, and yeah, this is gonna be nice. Not too much more to clear. Yeah, so much more quick. So much more quick. So much quicker to get here. Now, I've heard this is somewhat of a challenge to plant with, so we'll see how it goes. I feel like if this was a straight field, it would have been easier. So we'll see. Gosh, we'll see. Oh man, I am intimidated. I'm not gonna lie. So let's lock into place. Let's lower it. Wait, did that lower it? That lowers it. And we'll go ahead and start planting. 5 miles an hour. Cruise around the outside of the field. Do you not need a field? Okay, it is missing where it's going a little bit too far to the right. Okay. But it's gonna be a grind. Let's get her done.
Say goodbye, Caroline. Heaven knows I'd stay, but I have to run. Here calling my life won't be the same, 'cause she's worth more than all the gold in Mississippi. So I'm leaving now.
All right, now I see what people are talking about with the offset here. We're almost done with the headlands, and I guess we set it to an offset and plant a second time. And doing just like straight up and down seems to really be the way to go instead of doing the turns like I have been doing. I mean, it still wants us to do another headland here. That's fine. But we're almost 50% through, and we're gonna need more, which is fine, but I wasn't remembering. But we only have to plant this once, so we probably leased the wrong piece of equipment here, but we do want to extend it, but I probably won't be extending it any longer or bigger until we know how much this is going to bring in. And then that'll give us an idea of like how large we want to go. So after that path that we're making, we're definitely going to go directly where we're facing, and we're going to expand that direction because that is our property, field number 17 there. That's the plan. I'm gonna stay busy here, and I'll rejoin you later on. All right, heading back to buy some more. It looks like we're gonna need a little more than 2,000 if we're gonna double up. So we'll see how it goes. We'll do it a little bit at a time and not spend extra money if we don't need to. But heading back to get more, I'll update you later. All right, now I'm gonna try to set this offset. So if we come in here, 2.4 meters. So if we do 2.4 of an offset, in theory, that should work. So let's see. Did that do anything? It seems to have done it. No, we need a little bit more. We need a little bit more. Let's back up. Let's go 3. Now, how is that offset working? Maybe we want to go the other way? This should do it. I did 1 meter negative, and I think we're just going to have to be careful where we lock in, because I think we lock in at the offset instead of the regular one. And that seems to be a little too far. Oh, there we go. I think that will do it. That looks perfect now. Let's look behind us. It is getting a little bit of spots where the lime is staying, but I think this is filling in as much poplar as we can. Again, I don't know. Let me know if there is a golden setup. I'm sure there is. I could have looked it up online myself, most likely, but I didn't. So we'll see how this goes, and I have a feeling We'll have to get one more load, but no worries. Well, it doesn't seem to line up, so I think I'm just gonna cruise around. Yeah, let's just shut these lines off. And I'm just gonna try to do my best here, and I think that will be the best course of action. And I mean, honestly, if we just cruise like this, that's definitely gonna work. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I think this is where we're gonna end the poplar planting here. And there's, you know, there's probably a ton of areas where we could add a little bit more, but I think that's good for now. Just cruise right there. Let's go ahead and shut this off. We'll get it put down. Might as well right here. But let's go get some fertilizer. I have a feeling one will be enough for 2 days, but yeah, we'll just buy one. Liquid fertilizer. Solid fertilizer. I don't know what I'm talking about. And putting some fertilizer down. I'm not just sure it's doing anything, but it is removing the lime spots. It's probably doing something, but I just, like I said, I've never... Not a poplar expert, so we'll learn it. We'll learn together. And yeah, we're definitely not going to use a ton of fertilizer here, which is nice. Okay, that's a new color I haven't seen much, but let's look here. Cultivated looks good, or not cultivated, but growth stage looks good. Weeds, nothing showing up. And that's the only fertilization we're going to have to do. So let's go ahead and, well, I don't want that there, but move this out of the way and then unload it. Game audio is so quiet right now. Wow. All right, so now what I want to do, well, let's return that. And we're gonna go get the log forks. We're gonna go get the log trailer, and we're gonna clean up this path. And probably, let's look at the productions. The firewood processor, we're gonna do a load and fill up the firewood processor with everything on this path. And at that point, I think we'll get through a couple months, see how things are looking. But definitely by the time next episode comes, we're gonna get to that poplar harvest. So I think that'll do. So we're gonna get all of these picked up, and well, I might do this one right here as well. But as I say, we'll get all of these picked up, dropped off at the firewood production, and then we'll do a little check-in in April and see how the poplar's looking. And that might make up our decision on if we need to get a weeder or not, but we might just let it go the first time around, save some money, and just learn through the process. But let's get this little sliver cut as well. Actually, it should probably be fine. That. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, how is it growing here in April? I mean, can't really tell. I don't see anything about weeds, so I don't think we're gonna worry about that. Just needs rolled, which we're definitely not doing. It's too late for that now. But we do have some stones that we're not going to worry about either. So this thing did its job. We have plenty of left over for when and if we expand the field. Be interesting to see, but how much comes from it. But I think we'll be able to get enough money between now and when the time comes to harvest that to buy the baler we need. And 12,000 in here, so we're still good. And jumping into finances, looks like 12,000 in goods sold there in March, and we sold 20,000 in wood. So we're making about 12,000 automatically from our productions. Miscellaneous 1,800. That was probably some stuff we bought. But yeah, things are on the up and up, and look at that awesome out overlook there. Let's climb up there. Let's go take a look from there. Are the stairs actually functional? Just what a cool building here. Cool trees going through it though. Yeah, let's see. It looks like these do work. Oh, not very good. I guess that's how it works in this game. Oh, we almost fell off. Go around here. Try not to get you guys too dizzy. I guess I'll see you at the top so you don't have to hop up here with me. We made it. Can we get outside? Yes, there's an opening. This is sweet. See that way, there's the dealership and I think a flour mill. The dealership's back there. You can't really see. Come around this way. Like, are we that short? I don't, the scale on that's interesting. But there's our field and everything there. Man, can see anything we want to see. Radio tower. Yeah, sorry about the shorter episode. I try to figure out the best way to make these a little longer for you guys and still get stuff done. But it's a lot of busy work on forestry, and I don't like showing all of it because I'm terrible at it. So, socks way up. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you on the next episode.